The 3-Minute Art Salon with Black Swan Editions. In this video clip, Stephen E. Council talks about his fascination with the geometry of minerals and crystals through his drawing titled Toys.
When I was a young man, I went through a number of collecting manias. I didn't want to be a fireman. I didn't want to be a cop. I didn't want to be a lawyer, any of the things customarily one wants to be or supposedly does. But collecting manias in general, this phenomenal urge to acquire things, organize them, systematize them, know everything you can possibly know about them, obsessed me. I went through a number of stages, stamps, coins, any number of things. But I finally settled on what ultimately became a real passion, which was minerals. I was a rock hound, but of course, I didn't collect rocks. I collected minerals, but mineral hound sounds odd. What fascinated me about rocks, and what really fascinated me about minerals, is their phenomenally complex geometric shapes and colors. In the piece behind me, Toys, it is a love affair with solid geometry, with the complexity of crystalline structure, of which there are 6 different orders, and there are cubes and octagons and pyritohedrons and cubic tetrahexahedrons, and names and fascinations of language so wonderfully intricate that it's like an aviary of exotic birds. I wanted to be a mineralogist. And so when I grew up, or grew older, I went to the University of New Mexico and seriously considered getting a degree in mineralogy. Well, I couldn't hack the math, but I faked it for a long time because I was able to walk around geometric shapes in my head and draw them. The assumption was I knew what I was doing. I didn't. I also had a very good memory for identification of specimens, so much so that there was an assumption made there as well. What I finally ended up realizing, of course, is that my passion for the shapes of crystalline structure and a capacity to draw them made me a potential artist, not a potential mineralogist. When I realized that, I started doing a lot of work with these kinds of wondrous shapes. I've done them ever since for 40, 50 years. This was one of the first pieces, Toys, in which I really explored the incredibly beautiful, complex, and in some ways dark dimensions of geometric polygons and shapes. And they're absolutely black, of course, and they're surrounding this young woman like a nimbus or a halo. They both are a source of utter fascination to her, but perhaps to a lesser degree a source of potential dread as well. Because I think we all have this mixed relationship with technology. And if you don't have that relationship, cultivate it. Because we are moving into a world in which more and more of our life is going to be defined by these meta-realities. This piece simultaneously shows my passionate love of the beauty of crystals and my slight queasiness about the nature of technology and the nature of dread. It's called Toys, but is what we're playing with us.
Toys is a pen and ink drawing and available as a print at our online store for $30. Toys is also featured in our award-winning art book titled Illuminations, The Geography of the Imagination. This book is also available at our online store. Check out our website, blackswaneditions.com, and sign up to our newsletter to get special offers. Black Swan Editions, art drawn from the well of myth.